Welcome friends, we are going through the applications of linear algebra and machine learning through the algorithm of principal component analysis. So without wasting much time, let us continue the derivation which we partially did in the last video lecture. So going further, we would see how each term within the gradient operator as parameter will be simplified, because when we take the gradient we have to differentiate partially for each element of the vector C. So we shall start with finding the gradient C over X transpose DC like this. So we'll take some simple vectors and matrices to see the effect of the operators. So let us consider here X as the 3-point vector, 3 element point vector x1, x2, x3. This is 3 by 1. Then D as D11, D12, then D21, D22, then D31, D33, sorry, D32. This is 3 by 2 matrix, and the vector C, C1, C2 as 2 by 1. Now if I want to write X transpose DC, so I have to write it as x1, x2, x3. Then this is 1 by 3. Then D11, D12, D21, D22, D31, D32 is 3 by 2, C1, C2, 2 by 1. This is equal to, let us operate with the X transpose and D, so we'll get the element by element product D21 x2 plus D31 x3. Then the second element should be D12 x1 plus D22 x2 plus D32 x3 like this. And with that we have C1 and C2 for the dot. So eventually this will give you a scalar result so that it can be differentiated. So this will be equal to D11 x1 plus D21 x2 plus D31 x3 C1 plus D12 x1 plus D22 x2 plus D32 x3 C2. Now you find grad C over X transpose DC. This is a vector, so let us write like this: dou by dou C1 X transpose DC, then dou by dou C2 X transpose DC. Then this is a vector, so we put transpose over here because we are in the form of writing in the form of row matrix. So this is equal to, when you differentiate with respect to C1, then the first term will be left, second term will be 0. So D11 x1 plus D21 x2 plus D31 x3. Then we have the other term as d12 x1 plus d22 x2 plus d32 x3. This is the transpose, and this is same as within the square bracket. We see that this is same as x transpose dot d. So outside transpose is there, so if we implement it, it will become d transpose x. Similarly, let us obtain the gradient for C transpose C, the second term. So towards the gradient C for C transpose C, we should write C transpose C is equal to C1 C2 and the vector C1 C2. This will give you C1 square plus C2 square. Now the grad C over C transpose C will be equal to dou by dou C1 of C transpose C and dou by dou C2 of C transpose C, and this is transposed because this is a vector. So if it's differentiated with respect to C1, we'll get 2C1, then second one is 2C2, like this. So naturally we'll have 2C over here. Therefore, if we are trying to find out the overall gradient of argument C over minus 2x transpose dc plus C transpose C, this should be equal to minus 2d transpose x plus 2c, and our criteria is this should be 0, so that we can get the minimum value of the C, which we are saying as the optimal value. So this will give us C equals to d transpose x, so which implies the optimal value of C is given as d transpose x, and as because we have the encoding function fx, so this is equal to d transpose x. Therefore, the PCA reconstruction operation should be given as reconstructed x is basically g of f of x. This is equal to d transpose x. So from here we'll understand that d transpose is encoding matrix and d is decoding matrix. So let us now find out decoding matrix D for all m points, because we have started our journey with m points from which we have taken only one point with n elements, that was xi. So if we consider for all the m points, so we can say that the error between the vector xi and reconstructed xi should be minimized. This should be minimized. So what we should do for this, we have to minimize the norm. What is the norm? We just write down the norm. This is sigma I comma j xi j minus r of reconstruction of xi j, and whole square of this, square root of it. This is basically the all the elements of a matrix which has m points each of n elements should be considered together through a 2 norm, which is basically called as the Frobenius norm, should be minimized over here. So this is basically the expression for the Frobenius norm. So here the argument is D, which has to be obtained for minimizing this Frobenius norm. So here the condition is that D transpose D should be IL. It means the matrix D is orthogonal. So let us take little more advantage of the computer technology. So what we will do, we will consider the situation where we have started with the n element point to be encoded into an L element point. So here the maximum advantage we can take is that we can make L equal to 1, which is the smallest count of the encoded number, because it cannot be less than L, because L less than 1, because L should be at least 1. We have to encode the complete n element point into at least one number. So that is why I can set L equals to 1 to get the advantage of the memory at the cost of the precision. So I set L equals to 1. So then C equals to f at x is a single number or single element, and in that case we have D equals to small d. Why? Because D is no more a matrix, it is decoding from single element to n element. So D should be n by 1 and it should not be n by m. So this is a vector now. This is a vector, and this capital D is a matrix. So then in that case the reconstruction gives small d transpose x and C equals to small dx, where D is normal. D is normal means L2 norm of D is 1. So thus our problem is modified into the form xi minus d transpose xi 2 norm of this squared over I points, and now we have the argument D and minimizing this norm. So here we should see that the L2 norm of D is 1. So this is the LT norm of vectors summed up to m points. So let us make our problem little more compact so that the iteration cycles are reduced. So to operate on all m points together, let us transpose xi. We transpose xi and combine in a matrix x, capital X, an element of R m by n. So each x is an m element, each x is an n element column vector. So we transpose it and combine such m points together to form the capital X. So X should be a m by n matrix such that capital X I comma colon is equals to X I transpose, and then we have the norm again modified as capital X minus capital X d d transpose. Now this is basically X is a matrix, so it is a Frobenius norm, and we have the argument small d, and we need to minimize this Frobenius norm for all L2 norm of d equal to 1. So this is equal to, let us take the advantage of expressing it as product of matrix transpose and the matrix itself. So product of matrix transpose and the matrix itself, X dt transpose, and from here we have the trace, because this is the standard formula, we have gone through it earlier. We need to minimize it over the argument small d. So this is same as argument minimum d, then trace of, just expanding it, so we get X transpose X, then minus X transpose X d d transpose, the second term over here, then minus of X d d transpose this, transpose of this into X, and then plus X d d transpose, and the last term X d d transpose. So here the bracket of trace is closed, and then the square bracket. This you have to do yourself to have the feel, because watching this will not give you the confidence as how it is getting forward. So X transpose X I write as it is, minus X transpose X d transpose I write as it is. Then come to this term, if you take transpose over here, so d transpose can be taken together and transposed, so it will come before X transpose, then X. So do it yourself, pause the video and do it yourself to see how exactly it is coming. So this transpose X transpose, then the rest terms X d transpose, and we are not exempted to forget any term over here. So this is again equal to argument minimum. I have already worked it out earlier, so I am doing it fluently, but if you do it for the first time, it will take some time to understand the terms, get the meaning of the relations, and recall all the properties of matrices, vectors, and norms. So this is very much useful in computer operation, because computer best understands the matrix and vector operation, and this is the fastest operation in computer, and all mathematical problems are solved in computer easily with vectors and matrix operations. So linear algebra is very much useful from that perspective. So this is equal to, if we go further, then you will see that we can write all the terms with trace separately, so that we understand how the trace operator can be utilized in this case, because trace is a special operator which gives us many benefits of simplification of matrix and vector operations. So let us take the trace of each term separately. So minus trace of third term d transpose X transpose X, then plus trace of d transpose X transpose X, then D transpose. So this is again equal to argument D minimize. Here I will take an account that x transpose, once we go for gradient over the argument D, this term will give the 0 result, so we eliminate it right now. So therefore I can write minus stress second term will be x transpose x D transpose. Then the next term is as it is, minus stress of D transpose and x transpose x plus. Now we have the third term, which is crucial also, and we'll see how to work out it. So we see that in the second term and third term we have some specialties to operate upon. So we start with the second term. This second term we have the cyclic manipulation within the trace, because X is a matrix of the form M by N, so therefore X transpose is a matrix of the form N by M. So therefore X transpose X is a matrix of the form N by N. Similarly D is of the form N by 1, D transpose 1 by N. See, this is again N by N. So we can see that these two matrices can be interchanged easily. So for that we can write argument D minimum minus trace of X transpose X D transpose minus trace of, we are interchanging, this is cyclic interchange with the orders in confidence. Then comes the third term that we will operate upon, X transpose X D transpose. So let us write argument over small d minimizing this minus, so these two terms we can combine together, minus 2 trace of X transpose X D transpose, then plus trace of, if because here the X transpose X are in the beginning, so to bring the X transpose X in the beginning we can have this cyclic interchange. So in that case we will have X transpose X and D transpose and D transpose. So from here we see that these two form the scalar quantity. So because D is normal, so that scalar quantity is basically the value 1. So we can write here argument minimum of 2 trace X transpose X D transpose, then plus trace of X transpose X D, this D and the last D transpose together like this. And these two terms are same but signs are different, so we have argument minimize over D minus trace of X transpose X D transpose. So with this we can again say that X is m by n, X transpose is n by m, then D is n by 1 and D transpose is 1 by n. So we can have the cyclic movement over here, so we can write accordingly argument of minimizing minus stress of D transpose X transpose X D. So the eigenvalues of eigenvector of X transpose X for the largest eigenvalue of X transpose X gives optimal D, that is D asterisk, and that minimizes this norm, that minimizes those. That is how we can solve algorithm problem to minimize the error in encoding and decoding, that is the original point and the reconstructed point, through the matrix and vector operations and L2 norm and Frobenius norm and gradients. So this is what the application of linear algebra we have seen through this algorithm. So further we will go to see the other very important component of mathematics in machine learning, that is the statistics and probability. So friends, if you find this video useful for you, like this video, subscribe to the channel and set the bell icon to get the notification of updates. You can always write me your queries through my email ID machinelearningbasis@gmail.com, and my students can send me queries through WhatsApp. Thank you for your patient listening.